Hey, how you doing? It's Dan McDonald here, and I'm the Life Regenerator on YouTube. I wanted to connect with you today because I wanted to connect with you today. I have no particular subject in mind, but I'm very, very inspired right now. And what I love to do is make videos and share this inspiration because I've got a lot of feedback over the years about how these videos, my life, my lifestyle, and some of the things that I've shared here on the YouTube have really helped people to improve the quality of their lives in many ways. I've been getting a lot of phone coaching sessions for spiritual work, and it's amazing to hear the stories of the people, of the transformations that they need to go through, as well as listening to all the challenges that they've been through in this life. And I know that people have been through a lot of stuff. I want to send out encouragement to those who are struggling in any way at all. And I believe that it's really, really good to have some resistance in your life because it makes you want to grow. Sometimes in this society, I get a lot of feedback as well from friends and other people as well that, you know, family members and friends and people in general, co-workers, they just kind of fall asleep. You know, they become really complacent. And they just give up on living. Why? Because they came up against the resistance in themselves. You know, the unconscious resistance. And so there's so many programs in you. And generally what I've found in my own research and my own self-experience is that a lot of these programs that came from parents, society, religion, and education are really fearful-based programming. And what we're learning right now through experience as well as research is that those fear-based thought chemicals create stress in the body, which at a certain time are actually helpful if necessary, like being chased by the old saber-toothed tiger story. But when it's chronic and persistent like it is in this society, you're going to get damn tired if you're being chased by a saber-toothed tiger 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in the states of anxiety and fear which arise out of the unconscious. So we're doing a lot of work. Now, some of what I share here isn't going to help certain people. But some of what I do share here is going to help certain people. And it's those people that this knowledge and information and inspiration and love from this heart and a desire to serve is going to uplift. So be uplifted by the knowledge that your mind has been programmed. And now we've got new information that allows us to reprogram our unconscious mind. Again, I will be making more meditation videos. And I made a video last night for the Insiders Club where I went into Life Regenerator mode in the beginning, and then near towards the end, the authenticity, the Dan. There's a persona here that's the Life Regenerator. It isn't that much different from the Dan, except to say that the real Dan in real life is a little bit more chill, a whole lot less opinionated, although I don't care if you eat vegan or if you eat meat or what you do. You know, I don't have any of that. The data's not all in. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't have any hard, cold opinions. In fact, I don't even really value my own opinions. I really value presence. Being here right now with my own sensations in my own inner experience. That's what's really, really important to me. I don't necessarily need them to be pleasant or unpleasant. But as we move our way into reprogramming the mind with thoughts of self-acceptance, love, contentment, peace, all the virtuous qualities that I speak of over the years, if we really truly implement those, a willingness to let go, and a willingness to show up, and a willingness to walk through those uncomfortable periods in life, which are definitely there for you to grow. And it's that growth that creates an invigoration. And if you look at it right, you can see those challenges as stepping stones into your greatness. Because you'll notice, like, let's say you do get overweight and you're really sick of it. You're like, I just can't do this one more day. I hate myself. I'm 100 pounds overweight. And your feet are starting to hurt and you can't even walk up a flight of stairs without feeling like you're going to have a heart attack. Well, you might start, that's going to be it. You're going to get on here, look at some videos, read some books, and you're going to go get some new walking shoes and you're going to walk half a block. And you're going to start making changes because of the pain that was an impetus, that you could no longer deal with this. And then as you get on that path to self-growth, you're going to come up, you're like, I'm going that way. Like, I'm going to evolve, I'm going to get through this, I'm going to lose 100 pounds. You decide that. That becomes your declaration, that becomes your lifestyle, that becomes your commitment and your choice. Your family is not going to get in your way, your job's not going to get in your way, and most importantly, you and your programming are not going to get in your way. You decide you're going to do whatever it takes. That's the kind of dude that Dan McDonald is, and I think that's one of the things that makes this video show really cool, is that this dude is for real. He is going to bust through the blocks. It takes a lot of courage to do that, and willingness to continue to move forward in spite of these obstacles that can be persistent because of the depth of the unconscious mind, and how a lot of times the conscious creative mind just drops out of sight, and then you go back into robot mode. You'll notice that. You'll be like, okay, I'm going to lose this weight. I'm feeling good. I got my goals. I got my exercise program. I got my diet program. I'm going to do this. I'm not going over to Shirley's for the banquet. I'm going to do something different for the holidays. You got your plan, but then you go and you forget your little list. It's like you got to have your declaration right in front of your face. You know what I'm saying? What I do is I'll put on the theta music, and I read my little list before I go to bed, and then I read it when I wake up, like what my day is going to be like. It's like a movie script. You see what I'm saying? Like, I write out like a movie script. This is what I'm going to do today. This is how I'm going to feel. And, you know, one of my things today was I'm going to smile 10 times every hour, okay? Yeah. See what I'm saying? So you create that movie, and then you get into that theta state, which is a hypnotic state, and you just program your mind with your movie, because you're the hero in your own movie. You're the superhero in your own show. And when you embrace that, you become the creator of the world, really. And you see what you want to see, and you see what you need to see in order for that to become your reality. This is a far out there stuff, but so far in my experiment with all this, it's really proving itself to be true, that I am a master creator through perception and programming. So you're programming yourself, and what happens is you forget your little list, that you were going to have a juice at 9 in the morning, then you were going to go to the gym, then you were going to come back and have a smoothie, and then you were going to have a salad. Well, something happens in the middle of the day, and you forgot your list, and your friend invites you out to work, and you don't want to say no because you don't have a better plan, and you don't have the habits of saying no. I have a smoothie in my thing, and you go out to lunch, and then you get like, you're at the restaurant, and you're like, okay, I'll just get a salad, and then you end up getting a salad, a chicken salad, and then here comes the breadsticks, and then you're talking to your friend, and you forgot your list and your intention and your goal and your creative mind, and you grab a piece of bread and you start eating the bread, and then you eat your salad with the chicken on it, and you're trying to go vegan, and then at the end of the lunch you walk away and say, okay, bye Shirley, or whatever, and you break away, and then all of a sudden you wake up and you realize, oh my God, what did I just do? I just ate bread, a chicken salad, I'm trying to go vegan, I didn't drink my smoothie, and then you wake back up and then you see to yourself, damn it, you know what I'm saying? But that's part of the process too, is seeing how you fall back to sleep in those unconscious patterns, and then you wake up and then you have all that judgment and criticism and stuff. But really, you don't want to have the criticism and stuff. What you do is you go, okay, next time. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to stay awake. I remember that experience. I went on autopilot, ate the bread, ate the salad. But next time, I'm going to remember that. And I'm just going to say no to lunch and create another pathway. It's really about creating different pathways and doing different things. Like, for example, I mean, I've done like a couple of sweat lodges in my life. But tonight I'm going to go do a sweat lodge. It's not really out of my comfort zone, but it's not my normal flow. I usually go out for some fitness, eat some food, chill out by myself, do a little work on the computer, do a phone consult, kind of this flow to keep myself going. Well, I'm going to drop it all, and I'm going to go out to this property and do an Indian sweat lodge, and I'm going to have a rebirth, and then I'm going to sleep on the ground in a sleeping bag whilst I pay for this $77 a night for this motel room. You know what I mean? And that's out of my normal thing, because normally I would pack everything up back into the truck just for one night, and I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to pay for the room, leave my stuff here, and come back and spend a few more days. But I'm going to continually practice making new decisions, doing weird stuff, like even cutting myself off at the pass, making different decisions, spontaneous, and really developing new neurons in that way. And then as I develop these new habits, and just like you with your weight loss, you're going to develop new habits. You're going to build new neurons by consciously creating. You know what I'm saying? You do not become a tennis pro by reading a book on tennis. You read the book on tennis, you get inspired, but then you get your ass out there to the court and you start knocking balls into the net. Into the net, I'm talking about. But pretty soon you're actually hitting the ball over the net and you're actually getting it between the lines. And then pretty soon you're really getting better. And then I did that with tennis myself. And finally I was beating the dude that taught me because he was an old ass codger and drank too much beer. But at first he would whoop my ass. But I practiced. Pretty soon I was fast, quick, and I had the skills to pay the bills. So we're going to practice our creative intentions. I hope that you got something from this video. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to connect. We're on a video marathon. I'll be honest with you. You know, the way I do these videos, other people have a lot more like clarity and stuff, but I don't really have a plan. I don't really have notes. I just roll from the heart. That's the DTM style. And then we get the essence of it and we move forward with our dreams and our intentions to stay present and be happy. Because I'll tell you, fear equals stress equals disease. And you know I've been advocating health, okay? All these years with an emphasis on diet because it's really, really fun. Because I activate certain genes with the food trip where a lot of people are activating like the fat genes and the cancer genes and the sluggish genes and the dormancy of the centers of the human spiritual centers, which society through vaccines, bad air, stress, fear, and negative programming have actually, and the negative food has also caused you to activate certain genes and to become dormant in your potential. Like, this is all you can do. Dan, it can't be done. Roger Bannister, you can't run a 4-minute mile. It's impossible. Roger Bannister said, oh, hell no. I'm going to activate dormant potentials. That's what we do here on the Life Regenerator Show. That's why I do what I do with the raw foods, which activates those potentials. There's the dudes up on the bodybuilding thing. Dan, you're weak. Look, I'm not the strongest guy in the world. It's not my thing. I'm a skinny guy. God made me that way. You don't go around trying to be somebody else that you're not. You embrace your skinniness. You embrace the way that you are. And you don't care about bodybuilding as much. Yeah, I like to go to the gym, lift weights. I mean, I just did 17 pull-ups. Not bad for a 40 years young dude. That's enough. If I really wanted to, I could do 25 or 30 pull-ups if I wanted to train. But right now, I'm regenerating my brain. I want to regenerate my brain from a lifetime of you know what I've been through to become the man that I was destined to be by activating these dormant potentials. So please, feel it. Feel it in your heart and activate your dormant potential, because that's why we came here as spiritual beings having a human experience, to bring that light, to be filled by it, to be creators. Use that light to create, to activate dormant potential so we can uplift instead of digress. Are we evolving or are we de-evolving? And I, for one, love the refinement. The refinement. And that is, I'm telling you right now, since you've known me, and when I first started out on the YouTube, I was this happy-go-lucky dude, you know, and I was going through a pretty good phase, but no, I always had that refinement. It's always been there, to be honest with you. It's just gotten more intense as I've gotten rid of more and more of the vices, of the exit strategies that I call them, because I never get where I want to go if I keep exiting stage left when the challenges arise. But I walk straight through them. So there's a lot of times off camera where you won't see me going through my own, you know, as all my unconscious childhood programming fears come up. You know what I'm saying? And this is just honest, authentic, real video making stuff. You won't hardly see this in our Hollywood hot pink airbrushed world, where all of our teachers are so wonderful and everything's so perfect and the lighting is perfect and the editing on the videos is perfect and they never have any problems in their life. But they leave that off camera. But I like to bring it on because I feel like that's going to be more authentic. That's going to help people relate. That sometimes I'm going through it, but I'm never going to give up. That's just the way I am. It's not like I'm coming from a place of I'm not good enough. It's coming from a place of, wow, look at the potential that is available to you. And isn't that exciting? To become the best you can be in this moment by becoming present and awake and aware, and with the human body and with this human life, you're activating those dormant potentials so that you can be that for others. The light of love is expanding. It wants to uplift us if it wants to, because love just expands and expands and expands eternally. Why would we want to shut that down and go into a dormant state and be like zombies walking around half asleep? And zombie and mediocrity, and my opinion is right. If people are like, the meat eaters live longer. The vegans are like, the vegans live longer. I'm like, I don't know. The jury's still out, man. Who cares about any of that, to be honest with you? There's too many people actually believe that what they think right now is the absolute truth and always will be for an extended period of time. But you know what? If you get wisdom, you will know that where you're at right now is one thing, but there is an infinite amount of growth and an infinite amount of wisdom and consciousness and evolution that can take place to shift your opinion that you value so much, which you got to go up and have parades about it, and you got to make videos about what your opinions are, and you got to tell the other people who are on the opposite side that how wrong they are, so you can puff yourself up. I don't even give a crap about right or wrong. I'm just like, yo, how are you showing up, DTM? Are you for real or are you not for real? Because rapping is one thing, but actually showing up with an authentic heart in this world and being kind and loving and virtuous and persistent and patient and virtuous and content and constant evolution through all the practices that we have available to us, like the diet, like the meditation, the yoga, the exercise, the service, the humility, the love. You know what I mean? All right then. Thank you so much for your time. I really, 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 really appreciate you sharing your time with me. It means the world to me. It means the world to me that you're here right now. So thank you so much. Let me know if I can make more videos for you. Show up. Let's fall in love all over again. And when I was talking about the Insiders Club, damn, this guy's a long-winded son of a gun. I made a video yesterday. We're going to start what's called the Sanctuary on the Insiders Club, where we're just going to sit and create peace. There's so much fear and stress and anxiety that I'm going to, through these videos show, we're going to sit. Now, I get all excited because I want to fit in 1 hour worth of stuff in 20 minutes. And I do. That's why I talk so fast. There's another side to Dan McDonald, the silent, quiet, mysterious guy. And I'll sit on the couch and we'll get into a very calm state of being. And we will create a sanctuary that is safe and comfortable. And we will sit together, and at least for that 20 or 30 minutes on the Insiders Club videos, we will step out of fear and anxiety, and we'll step into peace, and we'll step into love. And we'll have that safe sanctuary, and we can come back day after day to that video or those videos in that sanctuary, and we will spend time together intentionally being love, intentionally being peace, and creating a safe space for us to hang out. We will celebrate our differences, and we will celebrate our similarities, but we will celebrate the eternal, infinite, beautiful, everlasting part and divine part of ourselves that we all share in common. Okay, now I'm going to let you go. Peace. Oh yeah, one more smile just to fit it in 10 times an hour. Does that count? Now, if I stop smiling and smile again, does that count? I could just go. No, but they got to be real, authentic at the peeps at the grocery store, the post office. Peace.